months of December 2021. Kasem Nisikasem. Share edigu ne friend budget. Aban amagana for ehu se na ne wo se onya edi eye akatua ayede kwan
Yeah, just saying you ready.
Lawyer share achi.
Many opinions say. Eja utu ani ATM so. We this guy we free union my bedi bin teja me shame corner.
Go far home ayo. Go far home ayo.
Eja ni okuma me she hodi make now. We got him into animal too.
Ejo am say.
Na me ado.
Ya feel do.
No cre. Eja so I need to school no ade chere ne de na weekdays na difficult. And then say weekend nyame makwan na eja ya bechia abusuafo do baby an person ke ba more weddings but it looks like you know na do so but in any case nyame eken ho so from time to time ya ba around e be hwese de nema ekoso.
Okay, Gordon, new love ndanya matsin
Admara kwa na mumpaibo nenso ode ache nti pedanase ya datin kwa mu de ya bompai se nyama nkoso ye.
Okay. Well, ko asante achim asubwa kusibwa for Thomas. Ne mame aye no ne ye enti na o se yeko jam no enti yetiswe so no na ema traffic and my delika crazy.
Easy. Traffic if it's like by
easy. So unim say dwaben hene the 50th anniversary no susunti. And no susuna easy the president his excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo and South African president and other dignitaries eba honti also so nipa eba hona and also so enya asem ketwa and you can imagine.
Yeah.
Dina and the takroma e busy kakra fine.
Intina towards Kumasi no I very busy. Normally no anka back room by this time nanka traffic no enshada enye kesesa but then you made it extraordinary.
Okay, so straight away men call microphone me parliament they see parliament a free day honorable Abansman right honorable Abansman Babing otina John Fiada yes budget no minorities were reject and notice majority for 7 year press conference honorable Osechi Mensa Bonsoye majority leader and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs editor bia say one we share Fiada no wati HS mrano babia speaker kofa no wan fan ye na wo sofa enanti enyina so na ogina so no mra kwan so enim eje nullity na and void abinissue any brofa kese okoshia Tuesday dia wo ye Friday no na wo so obogu we no and I was sign motion no move here and then this time round no ibako crane budget approve Ghana for I confused my name sa wo so I confused ana
lawyer Mr. I confused to be honest with you because when it comes to law issue mona aja ye tie mo na so yesua bibi ewom eba parliamentary issues nso a yetie parliamentarians no na yesua nyoma kakra afrim entino Friday no omo reject budget na ehon ba asem no metie some of the MPs no from both minority and majority side no the na majority ne kan say na omo hia 137 plus 1 at least 138 to be present and somewhat to me approving and initial argument and a minority no so and say metie Muntaka in particular no can say quorum no at least 138 no was present because at the time amuye debate and speaker put a question no for voting no na amuye 174 and a war if you into the fact say it be a walk out no does not make the quorum say situation say a more informal quorum and in any case some were still on the premises into no voting so near by force searching china waba parliament na yebeto aba beto. So that was the argument I heard from them. Now from majority side and so I almost say no. At the point mobile vote in Ankasane there, you need to have at least half of the house, and na omuni half at least 138 no. So almost having notice say the baby Tuesday, because Monday no na ya there on betenase until Tuesday omokwa approve it. Na they see Tuesday na me titi mo an say omo a lot of meetings, both caucuses, majority no they can share omo ho, minority no say share na mo joint caucus discussing nyoma have a consensus up to a point, but edu baby no na fe majority no minority no fi say they omo agree on no, and they should hold on for minister for finance na on incorporating to budget no, na on presenting new budget send they all agree and approve, and a majority na anti say almost so send the omo kwa approve it nti omo no yes and the omo no they will not be part of it, because say omo kwa be man the needed legitimacy na omo ehia, because according to minority almost so 137 minus the speaker no, because almost say based on their your friend is saying I don't standing orders no. So speaker assume the deputy speaker no assume speakership only vote into no ebe 137 sa into omo no omonko. And the argument omo put it up again is say omoko na say omo ye ebia 174 na say omo ye yes or no voter obi resident say per say kan cry speaker and be with me abu na ne agu say ohu into the yes we have it into any omo nkokra to legitimize the vote no. And also we try mo Tuesday into every you say omo approve omo koye speaker account na ho kan say ono say a member of parliament into no ono so account omo ya 130 na mo approve ya dey. Okay, so some of us first yeah approve it, now it's approved. Then Wednesday came, minority said the motion about, so no budget no, you have to reverse the approval. And to be honest, some of us we are students of politics. You name the also, but for me, Crawford I condemn ebia act na ekoko so no, and ebia twetwe konwa na ye we mu na ebia me fi say entwe, but process is not econ there. For me, I'm learning a lot from it. So if finally there's a finality to this, me fi say a best serve as president nti echina bi no bibia ni a yenim say when this happen, this is the situation. Nti na a learning process, and for me enrich your democracy no, boama democracy no enyini. Okaya last parliament na MPP were 169 no, and before even that, when NDC was empowered, Tambiani Akaso, because Abino always no our majority in parliament, you know, parliament has become rubber stamp. Into this kind of situations a beba me iron out na who president papa no na ABM, but here's the case parliament much exactly too into no obi any absolute majority of say I can do things on my own, me here the other person. So now can NDC for no 138 they could have easily rejected, but almost here 137 the speaker is not parliamentarian as Joe Wise ME who yes on your parliamentarian to beat my kind of work. So in due course, when the die is cast, na bibia settle down, you be who say enetie. Last week na many dog ne Fred achi na your argument. My position was said so we a deputy speaker now but now ku yenu ma won't mean to aba, but that Fred ka say ubitimi ato. Eventually he won over dog, but it happens say we a deputy speaker now obetna ku yenu be azumi speakership position na abane there won't mean to be. But I don't say enya ban or two, but he is a member of parliament present. So Mifi say still we are in the learning process.
So we are in the learning process. New Love Asamoah Gordon, Executive Director, Center for Economic and Business Research in Yumbre. Oshano our Kessben Television. Osan Efshano our Facebook Live and our Tieno our Kessben Radio. And Yumbre Dr. Smart Sapon Druha. Dr. Smart Sapon Memoajo.
Me Joseph pa
nampom atizen
ajana dom sinelo ya mpacho se unso hu
oba de adom me ho ye pa
wonya sha o chere na se
alaji my own people against me yes
nyame adom ye ho ye pa
the double de as I come back to you but menko lawyer hona menye na dwenchire on this issue lawyer. Now, young when they are ecoso ewo embrashe bedwam Ghana for be a consent omo problem no se ya nhwe ni yie a na ye twa samoni bi e de ato ho a anhwe ana ankowie yanyi ebi nsususu se democracy no de se ya na wo se ye no na ye no sa na yesua ne ma bi frim na ye hu se ne a ye koye nim ye be ye no but the main issue I see fiada I san ko see benada as see Ghana for bi still na ya dwen enye ye fine eye issues about quorum because ba abato na nkasa no de a omo nyina no fafa nu no egitum say omo ne problem. But constituting the quorum to enable you to transact a business like voting on a budget,
taking a decision
in respect of this budget is what is in issue. So so far Tuesday, you see Friday, and then you see Tuesday, and this is a situation I Ghana for be a who seniority.
Yo, minya medase. Many kind and chair at Tiffany na menchimo say Oshe ye parliament here. There's a reason why we have that as one of the arms of government. Say in secondary school, yes, government, you know, the three arms of government. You have the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So, for me and saying, and na ibumai. Na executive no, ye to abamani pabakupe. At least for this, for republic, ye presidential system. Ye to abama one president. Na the other one are important, and ye can wasem the judiciary and the legislature. Na eno no de eye ene se ehwe nipa dodo a ewo krum ha se over 30 million na enka de ni yie mu de o se nka nyina saban peso e bibia woje adwene na so nam se ye nyina yintimi enye saade no da bia nti fie na bia no ne ato aba ama enipa 275 every 4 years. Se womu enko jina parliament ho na omunka ya no disem anasi here bibia na omu enka emayen. Aniti oba baby ti se meso me constituency me tumu aba na ye beto aba manipa ba ko nipa bi beto aba no over 80,000 ni atuaba ayi nipa baako yekon be away Kessben radio subin meboa menua nipa atuaba almost the same figure ni atuaba ma ayi nipa baako pe sese nipa no enko na onkoji yasemai eniti se yetuaba ayi sa nipa 275 ya omudi mu pa ewo man mu yeti bibia hye omunsa constitution no emra wo ekuruma nyina no wo mu ena o se wo mu eye adwuma wo mu ye ebi ne sese ye appoint a judge for akese supreme court judges also mu approve appointing ministers also muma prior approval. Adeɛ baako ne sɛ afi no kɔ awie ne ɛsɛpɛ sika a yɛde bɛbɔ man na kɔ homa ɛwɔ sɛ saafo yi a ɛna ɔmo ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo nso approve anaasɛ ɔmo agye tum ɛno nti ɔmo dwumadie no ɛyɛ dwumadie kɛseɛ na DSC no odi ka busa asɛm bi I'm trying to answer that before I come to the main issue. DSC no minyi ni sɛ ɛyɛ ade a ɛfɛ na ɛboa yɛmɛn especially the wentwi kakra ɛba mu no ɛno ɛna ɛyɛ issue but say there will be vigorous debate in parliament. Say people will take position whether you can call it entrenched or not. It's okay. It is important for us to allow that kind of system, in our country. And into ye debate now we see me peneso, we see me peneso. Nini na abwa. Emi can be my main can be a mamuno. Enyini abwa emanoko enimu. And into any kwan say a high baby say we are having a lot of debate in Parliament. In fact, said you share media so kind and nam say MPP no you may start say for Republican if I should put it the fourth Republican trial, and I said the test of our constitution. This is the only time I have very close Parliament, and it's near my young who done. And be who the next 3 years a day said every issue will be vigorously debated. So we should expect that. And it is okay. In fact, elsewhere, it is very normal, especially in the US, for a sitting president to lose both the House and the Senate. So you can lose Congress, but they will still have to govern. And we should begin to work together as a country, both political parties. But the point we need to understand is that they actually do work together. You see a film, but and it is because there are just very few sensitive matters. They don't work together. They really do work together, and so we should encourage them. But maybe the said the any woman sa basa no ayana ebemu a Wednesday enka ebi AC no. Na me say all the political parties, so much committees who more they will all learn lessons from that. Now if you're honorable. When so rasa feel her and munyam kese na or mining na a show, so you behave as such. Now the issue. Say Parliament and nema mienu and my fancy a debusa Parliament in the Constitution of the Republic and their standing orders. Now standing orders no any idea override the Constitution. The Constitution, no, it is the supreme law of the land. And until say a year, any orders or any declarations or any acts of Parliament, anything which is in contravention with the Constitution, to the extent of that contravention, they said the senior will obviously be declared null and void. And it see a dear papa boy my senior. The first point is to look at the Constitution. Now, Constitution, Article 95 of the Constitution, and no any speaker wasn't. And so, say if you indulge me briefly, to make me a kind of say. There shall be a Speaker of Parliament who shall be elected by members of Parliament from persons who are from among persons who are members of Parliament and who are qualified to be elected as members of Parliament. Now the Speaker shall vacate his office if he becomes a minister, if he resigns, if any circumstance arise that if he were not Speaker, he would disqualify him. Okay. Now, the qualifications of a speaker, clearly, you don't have to be a member of parliament to become a speaker. In fact, per the constitution, if you are a member of parliament, next year you will still be a speaker, you resign your position. And we've seen that in this country, a year do ajaho, obey a speaker, and the seat was declared vacant, and then they will be for a question. Now, if you take the speaker from the line, the next two persons are speakers, members of parliament. And so, if you look at the constitution, and clearly it says that you have to elect the deputy speakers from among the members of parliament. And so we have first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker. Now, the constitution says that these two positions should not come from one political party. And so you cannot have two deputy speakers coming from one political party. And into the current arrangement here, the first deputy speaker, Ira Oseusu, second deputy speaker or independent candidate.
Technically,
he's an independent candidate, not technically, by law. That's how he got into parliament. So as I say, now, when I look back at the 1961 constitution, it was very clear. The 1961 constitution was very clear who deputy speakers are and whether they can vote or not vote. It was very clear. The deputy speakers could vote. 1961 constitution, deputy speakers could vote. In this constitution, it is very silent. But I think that it's become acceptable that deputy speakers don't vote. Now, when it comes to interpretation of constitution, there are a lot of ways we interpret constitution. When the thing is expressly stated, then you have to look at the words in its meaning. You understand? If it's not there, you cannot read into it. But say we have a history. So if you look at our history, the point is what's the framers of those constitutions at the time, I think when they made deputy speakers, when they gave them the power to vote. What changed? How is it that in the 1992 constitution, that position is not clearly stated? So does it mean that once it's not stated, then it is expressly denied? Maybe that is the case. That because it's not expressly stated that you can vote, then it means that it is expressly denied. We can look at that later. But the most important point, Adipsa a kasatintin ba a quorum. When I read the constitution, actually I don't know where the difficulty is. I understand some of the argument the NDC folks are making, or my brothers and friends in the NDC, very good lawyers among them, MPs in the BMA, my now for. But if you ask me, I think that there should be no question as to whether deputy speakers can contribute to form a quorum or not. I don't think so, because the only person who is not an MP in that house is a speaker. Ono penenye emrashebedweni, which emrashebedweni, and with your first. In fact, that is what qualifies him to become a deputy speaker. So how do you strip him of that position and then expect the deputy speakership to remain? You cannot put something on nothing. It will not stand. Do you understand? So before you become a deputy speaker, you have to become an MP. And then see, for me, it would be really unwise for anybody to think, say, Obia, what be parliament or representing in Crawford, Naya Manajuma Kakra Akahon, so a deputy speaker, no. At any point, Bia or could this deputy speaker, Najumano, okay, he's robbed of his position as a member to be counted.
Let me put this argument, very, very interesting argument, but Bisa is for purposes of argument.
Yes.
Now, Senior, okay, if you are a first deputy speaker or second deputy speaker of parliament, you are a member first.
Yes.
And then that qualifies you to be a deputy speaker.
Yes.
So if the main speaker is in there, sitting there as a speaker,
yes,
you are part of the members
yes,
in the house.
Yes.
So the votes and proceedings will capture you as a member.
Yes.
On the day that the speaker comes to the house,
yes,
sit for let's say 1 hour,
yes,
and he vacates the seat, and then though you've been captured as present a member, but because he has vacated his seat, yes, you then assume that role as the deputy speaker sitting in for the speaker.
Yes.
That scenario is there.
Yes.
What happens when the speaker, for some reason, is out of the country?
Yes.
He is unable to perform his functions as a speaker.
Yes.
So that day you go in there as the person sitting in as the speaker.
No, you are not sitting in as a speaker. You are sitting in for the speaker.
For the speaker.
Yes.
So that very day, the parliament as they go by records.
Yes.
I mean, the proceedings, the votes and proceedings must capture, yes, what transpires in parliament, yes, on any sitting day.
Yes.
So on the day that is sat, mm-hmm, on the Tuesday, yes, if we are to go for the votes and proceedings, yes, of that day, if we are looking for members who were present,
yes,
how is Honorable Joe Wise captured, or how will he be captured, okay, per the votes and proceedings of the day?
No, but I mean that's interesting. But I think that it shouldn't be difficult. Mm-hmm. Joe Wise will be recorded as a member of parliament for Bekwai. There's no speaker who will ever be recorded as member of parliament for any constituency. He is a member of parliament for Bekwai. You understand? Mm-hmm. But because a speaker, anyone, he was sitting in for the speaker. Mm-hmm. I mean, you cannot tell me say President Tukwaya, that's a vice president, actor. He's a president. He's acting for the president. And it's when we first deputy speaker, he is not the speaker. Because there's a world of difference. Mm-hmm. And it's not interestingly, Babin Cast for no crown. Apparently, he's not number 3, but number 2, because he looked at it from the 3 arms of government. Mm-hmm. If he says executive, is the legislature that takes over before maybe the judiciary, before we come back to the legislature, the executive. So he is not the speaker. So Joe Wise can at no point say no crown be or number 4 and now number 5. It will never get there. You understand? And he comes in first as a member of parliament, sitting as the first deputy speaker. And it will Ra Chembawa, a member of parliament for Bekwai. So we have to get that clear. So that's why I'm saying that Obika said, and not says or bet sitting in as deputy speaker, he's no longer a member of parliament for the purpose of forming a quorum. I cannot for my life accept that.
Okay.
You understand?
Very interesting.
So, me feel said the Tuesday, if you ask me, it was so it was constitutional, it was legal. Was it the right thing to do? Maybe not. Why? Because they probably could have consulted with their friends from the other side. No mutimi a pass budget with some form of consensus, because from what I know, since 1992 constitution, budgets have always been passed with consensus. Mm-hmm. And I mean, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's a debate, but
eventually
they will pass it. You understand? So maybe they could have done that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes the other party had also dug in so much so that there was no way they were going to move. Mm. And if the person is not going to move to meet you halfway, and you have the numbers to work, of course, you have to do what is right. Because mind you, passing or rejecting budget is a big deal. Now, if you don't if you don't approve the budget, what is going to happen from January is that workers, doctors, nurses, because sikabie no ha de ekotua omuka ya policy for your teachers yentua omuka. Now, how do you run a country without a budget? You understand? It's a big deal. Of course, one would have expected saying that the people as the parliamentarians will work together, but and to me, any woman, say majority free say omu numbers. And of course, and they do. No more pass. They say they buy police for any teacher for any doctor say omu or mommy bit to meet your muka. Then for me, it was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do. Lawyer John Dako. And you democracy Jumadi and Auti our Kessben our Kessben radio or share our Kessben television. Dr. Smart Sapon, the code host Siena, imagine I didn't share on this issue. Now also Oti Yumbre now we share in Yumbre Ubetimi at the Ohau. People are so angry for what happened in Parliament, and you know anger no don't keep it in you. Pour the anger by testing us. Ye kaya wakuma ebetoye. I mean, don't overstretch yourself. It's all part of democratic process. Baby, omudi mkunywa krabu bomu trim. But in the ekoso we haya ansi anwa enchekra no bibi abetumi asi. People are in there and they fear for their lives. I don't think that is good for us. Dr. Smosapon.
Yeah, Sinela.
Younger Parliament. Now younger when you see Parliament. Friday and then on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Good.
Your impression?
Good. Sinela medawasi. Na match ebusian for ajimre etie yen wonu mo mo hwe yen nyina. Neti true ne wasa Memphis East for wasa Kropon ne include akese ne nkuma akaka ho nyina. Na mama yenuan makuafo nso nyina so a happy Farmers Day. A happy Farmers Day. Do honoma me de kakra beka ho me so account topics ne ho.
Yeah, sure.
Na senior lawyer parliament me de I mean a lot has been said and me a lawyer okan ho na nyumre so acheche mu bebre. Me so I relate with Munia New Love. Me so me lawyer ni akakra yegusu edidi monase kakra nyame ya adoma it shall come to pass but kakra minim ne se betinchen no I mean I found no ambiguity me who anything wrong with what happened on Tuesday. I mean not to say everything was right. I mean because I mean who anything wrong I don't mean everything else was right but in terms of nkoma yedi me who ade me dem try pass and come who say Joe Wise ebeka ye nibia one can who say no I mean he's a senior lawyer by far who say onimniana or ye on that day.
No, but if you put the vote out there, then I can be. I just saw referee be now. Referee now, Odi matcha. Now, opposite team back. Score. Why team no channel? Titaya kabe 5 minutes na. The team no person or score no. Enya bo mo dribble ball na papa. Países obe we so good na our managers so good. Anybody no who so out of 5 minutes. Can go for this show. If you are putting the votes,
yes.
You yourself.
Yes, and that would have been another side of the argument. But we know frame because he was well aware. But as member of parliament for purposes of the quorum, and I'm surprised people are trying to deny him of that. I didn't hear. Within what scope of interpretation now they be deny Joe Wise say kind MPs for abefi wa me manin kind honka me cry me lawyer cry no I found I was scandalized. I mean I was surprised. I was like who are those talking enti ne wa kwhye deputy speaker atade enti mu hu ni se mu nua bio enti sisi no in your view who is Bekwai MP mo amon kan kire me ana Bekwai MP e man additional assignment e man ne bedan adefofra na yeti we senior lawyer by far. I mean you do your work na say ne ebia aban say o beboa me in the presidency as this anti Ghana Bar Association meeting ongobi bar for to abai be you frame I me cry me think I was just so surprised and those arguments were going on na omu kan MPs and me who almost sister station back so TV na numere no now mama 10 o'clock news we are yes some short discussion of what happened in parliament. The MP was saying say there's Mr. Speaker shall have neither an original nor casting vote, and if upon any question blah 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 then or yeah no end or until we need neither then and then he knows that Joe Wise didn't even vote until on both two votes no crown on one party whether original as a member of parliament or casting voters and kepaia obetimi edene dia tum baby o person ode to ni nyina kra one participate bi he counted himself to satisfy article 104 no question for decision in the house shall be proposed for determination unless there are present in the house not less than 1/2 of all members of the house enti or can say korom no krono more than half na na say we no aso ana e no say bia Africa constituency bia mansa so ne enkan wo e na do be kwai for so no man so say I mean so amanfo na so ma me ha me so ma kan me ho for me na kan we akan munya say 138 hey where from the adi emran say after that or say and except otherwise provided in the constitution, in this constitution, the question proposed shall be determined by the majority of the votes of the members present and voting. Nipa 138 na ne wo ho, o ma satisfy first part no. Yes say yenya satisfy first part ni wie dia ene monto. Mumu ahen bi ebenya e form majority bia no, the issue would have been determined. Senior, I really, unless senior Canada, there are very, very senior lawyers also in there. And this, unless they provide us the law, there were several sides. The law doesn't have one shape. There were several angles. And when you triangle, and when you square, and when you circle, here people can come from various interests.
No, but at the end of the day, it should be settled. Yes. This is what it is.
Yes. And you know,
I think there's all mix. If you mix the quorum with the voting, if open we place where you can mix it two now, and they're confused.
Yes,
but two no so now from Friday the any Tuesday you know.
Yes,
the essence of the argument is centered on quorum. Because when you form a quorum now, and decision I'll take and say minority. But when you form a quorum now, never voting now, then that becomes.
A Friday no na obi tekone mo no ma speaker who no kind ne kan ho.
No, but no speak omo kind because and also I just say omo because at what point and I record to say so and so members of parliament on a certain day omo present because my dream me say if you are ordinary and rema, then there must be a means of capturing you as today being present in parliament. So therefore, once you know say on a certain day, I about parliament and ABI 50. After say you rema ya capture and say abano there. So obi sorry na opuye and then people can go and come in.
But even that senior lawyer, the law says at the point of question being posed, there must be not less than 1/2. Until then, one man no more. The initial things are no more. One more. Makani nyina na obe putu question. The law says no question for decision in the house shall be proposed for determination unless there are present in the house not less than 1/2 of. So no question.
138.
138. Echinebia no ni nipa 0.5 into 138. Into for me, I made a committee of 10 each has been set aside. Yes, you see, one thing with Parliament, and they say, I don't think Parliament should subside itself so much to the judiciary. They should be able to handle.
But actually,
no, but it'll be the cockot.
Yeah, it's not
Friday the no the court, but near see Tuesday the chino minim says so now if that issue no MA muta. I mean that is an issue that maybe the court will have to look at that. So when they see Tuesday now, because the government of the Nasam no the Supreme Court no, and you see Friday, but you see Tuesday no ababe. So let's see how this will go. Let's say Obinso decide say or the see Tuesday. Then I know that there should be a determination. That will not be before the court. Unless
Friday, court, whatever decision court will take on the Friday, will justify.
The two are not the same.
No, what say? What they are say, Edia Nipa 137 no, or more 2 years no, was it right or not? Court said you're right. It makes what happened on Tuesday right. You understand? Two issues.
No, Tuesday the argument no and yes na ebia 130 Tuesday argument na say whether or not a deputy speaker who presides in the stead of a speaker can count himself for purposes of quorum, forming a quorum for determination of an issue of this nature. So the two are not the same. There's a bit of weight. Let's see how it is going to play out.
Very well. Medema no see no. Mestre say the 20-member committee no should try and settle this matter altogether.
Matter.
Oh no. So and a division abem. Attention baby. So said there is actually currently no grounds for the debate ongoing, but when they go there, they may come and tell us something that will suggest say must settle whatever argument that was had. But the caution I made man say Parliament in their quest to debating a budget before them and proposals from executive should not try and take on to themselves the work of the executive by suggesting say this budget will not be approved until you include some personal issues with it. Whatever should be included in the budget should come from executive. That is my view. The proposals neighbor Parliament who the NSA obedoso no a debate no we are no play supervisory role. And this Parliament, Ghana's Parliament don't actually do that very well. Can you say monitoring and evaluation can say they are supposed to do that? But where the acquire faketa shamans and I'm approve it. I beg to differ. One of your lawyers. If I may just
yeah, go ahead. Me say me know ya adwene pii e wo say Parliament the omodia and say you see even by your way so say omodia so bedo so do so right o do so say obetimi ameki suggestion say e bia ha ye ni say have can say
subject to which I will not approve.
Well, I mean, set any into no more because they are not supposed to. Again, the term we used to use, rubber stamp everything you bring. They are supposed to critique it. They are supposed to tell you that no, this is not right or this is right. Parliament, the umu ejumano, and yes, umu numu stamp there. Executive no ede baby so umu betimi ahwe numa akase koyadi we say ye ansa na odiaba. Anything Shemra Grano, Shemra Granite, if the executive takes the bill to Parliament, it takes the committee of Parliament to rework it.
Yes.
They make changes.
Yes.
So,
yes.
At the end of the day, because the bill is still the executive's bill, it will go back to the executive for the executive to do that changes. They will all have to approve of it before they can pass. Otherwise, when it goes to the president doesn't like it, he won't give his assent. And it is not so wrong. What in this particular instance, if you're using the Keta one, what it is, they say, if we say what they were demanding wasn't out of the ordinary. If we say Jumebi Ewa Hase and I say Omaimu Jumedi Bu Hase or say we are a kind of anti Yamai. So I say, but say the only point is who at one point no per se level at one point no per se ensanye edwuma bi ma ska be ne de be you understand so we can debate on it but for me I believe that anybody can make a request as parliament if you say executive
by way of input into
in fact that is actually the way we come by the proposal. Me sure say various sectors would have sent their inputs, including all sectors. I mean, food and agri, blah 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 blah. Now, by now, I say, okay, let's do this. Let's maybe out of 100, let's focus on this 50 for this year, and maybe defer the next 50 for the other year. In fact, we all in energy to say budget be anyway to solve our money problems nina at a go. Can you imagine what would have happened if Manso also said the whole Ghana mukwanye wakra PC mukromo so alcohol ogunde say ebia omunyina akwanye watimia mobilize MPs ba kumenu bi ebi omu dey for backstage decoy it didn't feature in the budget no watimenya support from his side akase mo afa Manso kwan anhye mo will not approve ebia takrade for ebia wotifo how would the country? That is where I'm coming from. My view is moon try backstage na saani minye so say budget to wako for the quarter say or church. Why do you bring it in public and make it look like parliament is actually the one telling executive what to put in and what not to different from what the 175 are, but we think it will put so much stress on the people, reduce it to on affect our list. He's amending the items in front of your list. But to say, I've checked the list, government, with the list you brought doesn't include this, go and put that one in. Una your proposals now, and say parliament your proposals.
No, but in building consensus on this way, if you have your working majority to say Yin and Bribiana, it becomes easier when we the suggestion but now you say to say oh at this time I cannot put it in. Even if anybody deciding to say Omba Emebua approval because you have your working majority, you don't have a problem. When a Yinya hang parliament, people will say oh this time round government they nyan easy because send them to be one tighten screws in the parliament or the legislature will not stamp it for you. And then no na this time rana ye who say parliament few say in kita hu die bi ana was say e koso na enwie pay and the minister of finance ba ho say oba ba be ye na ade no enti edru baby no na e was say backstage pe kwambia kwa koshia minority caucus koshia majority caucus and no conference sembi ba ya oba floor na no person obeka and such a why and also so opportunity are open or prayer workout is that not drama na be
I like the word
drama building now and we pay and conference I
say the good news is that all the 5 things the minority were demanding has been accepted. That is what we were told last Wednesday when they sat in parliament. And the good news is that eventually the thing has been accepted. Me care about Keta especially. It is not to say we will issue with say solving Keta problem. I can't have an issue with that. I share in that. Okay, I'm 4 times. Na Keta say defense Keta. It is something I Ghana interested in. What I'm saying is consensus and also lobbying is also part of consensus building. Don't feel like the numbers in parliament
gambit diplomacy.
That is where my issue was.
Gambit diplomacy. America for the use idea. I say a idea way or the Bema Ghana for ana. So that be Ghana for crowd moms kamuntia and you want to me for Ghana for said that bill. So because last week we can say now here or your 60 barrels before I did no say I when the Korean was no that was and you don't catch you say Ghana for Kodwe wa de wa be ba ba ka share this
me da come Ghana for
that's happened. And it's not Donald Trump no 2018 for instance. Or co-presented budget with Mexican way no. Or the 4.something trillion billions saying equity Mexico. Parliament said no, we are not going to approve it. And for that reason, government had to close down for 35 days. And you know, sometimes no, you don't have to. And that's how you don't 7 baby.
Okay, now every issues about quorum and validity, legality, and all that. Now let's come to the drama aspect of Nisie or Parliament. Hey. Insult come and insult ankasa and then say you call fire kunya so unye speaker now yes okay unye speaker there ya kunya there ma now will be there pour at the table so pie kwabra no and obi jana let's look at the drama aspect of the ekoso ewo parliament ebi say oh I mean that's fine ebi say no ya re ya that obi there kunya be between our parliament or te wo see ano ebi nsusu said no baby I didn't know corner there was say what do you make of the theatrics the drama also parliament
the trivialities if you say parliament I'm not say take almost serious they have to be serious sabe you're from honorable members not for any reason but the fact say yeah, who do in high esteem. For MP na BBS say walk out na say you now a fire bottle. Now the table so king na and then I'm in one of the deputy defense minister. Now I'm in one program so. And I say no teacher what to turn answer. Apple na ne ba eje. Obey fear na ne ba ne bisa say daddy how are you behaving that way?
Nene new.
Into no one kasana who said your moye no sabe enya dia say
but this is not the first time on the day of say na ye day na ye parliament ankasa ye to abai speaker no AC bombe pacho say Ghana from fancho and which na we are saying yes and there's no guarantee say
this will be the last time at ABC because because you see human institutions baby 3 or 4 gather as group no sometimes no behavior most of the time no a different say individual behavior
over parliament who said we be
yes because this number I want to be see that this 135 137 137 no e be see that and to this parliament never you be ready that is why I make earlier no say by the time this 4 years ever end no na you see any ma bebre ewo your democracy no na ne ma bi SCC e ma ya pe solution to it a big guide trying to develop as a proper developed democracy.
Parliament is the master of its own rules.
Yes.
So subsidiary legislation regulating
parliament too fly now we dodge now we more proper blues pa. It happens once a while ubenya sa money but the most important thing is say you learn from it and take a cue say a dear mano ebasa if we be en ma sanya mani see what a dear bit me I see sanya man no ho kwan say NCB of course I will share the see tamana ye speakership election a different issue and at the buy Osha wins and also a different issue. So the issues are happening one after the other. So ABR, yeah, got to speakership election beer, DC, you know, might not happen again. And ABR DC Tuesday, Wednesday, going forward, where did the problem come from? So for me, and sometimes as MC, let's look people in the eyes and tell them, say, you are wrong. And I said, oh yeah, you know, and yet antina they way buy. But say I'm sure the pen man kind of crunch na. Next time obey the same thing because him say or yene and you people will always support. And that is the problem at your war my way. asem sia Ghana ne mwache mienu, and I keep saying say in terms of MPs no sabe omo ankasa endwe emamu party ne dwe mamu, so they adopt party position ade ne yo and you once a year in the party na year nkwan de as or support it. And when that happens because we take a decision be now anya their decision ebeboa, but because your party and 137 MPs omunyina thinking alike nobody sees anything wrong. We say obi ebeshuma konya say onye speaker intimidate. Nobody sees anything wrong with it because I remember NI. If we keep doing that, a time will come obi speakers well say a buy or money, they didn't see anything wrong with it. We have to behave as mature people. You know, in developed democracies, or call UK for instance, the government take decision be, but on one party members, the MPs, they stand against. Make I say Tamana middle school UK, Tamana Tony Bush or mobile call a Iraq Somoka attack. On one MPs were against him by opposition MPs and the support because people think individually or James Adena Yekoyeno. In fact, also a boaben a beboa. In a party say young call Iraq into the say Iraq, but on not transient or no one assessment. Adrian say my constituents may represent them. What are they thinking? Answer number 3 no be I can say the conduct of the speaker himself, Right Honorable Aban Baben on Friday. Kwaya of Faswa na or insist say despite the submission na majority leader Honorable CH Mensa Bonsu na or edge speaker say Oma Minister of Finance Akwenya nanka on kasanchom because nkasa no bema stanza na minority numpo taking in kebi on best sound margin na o insist say no opesa Haruna Honorable Haruna Idrisu minority leader no emfa minority position numbra and sana obema Minister of Finance Akwenya na ordinary sema odibaye ato onanim. And the majority leader was saying, say, oh, na say minority just stating the position we empodia. And then finance minister ma asem no de buy na I don't know be the intin come and can answer me. Speak as you know. And no na sha ase agidi na mu a ekoba say they are going to take a decision and then they or say was a finance minister a PA free we no so say tear the general mosquito NDC general secretary so te gallery or so no so pia also I mean nam so we no ko work out and simple e bia can say the way or conducted ho e ka ho bi na e fuel sa de we minim say why is our observation no bia na. Well I've seen BB like that, but personally, me feel say I don't know how democratic the speaker wanted to be because I've heard people saying say, well, I didn't start watching from the beginning, but maybe I mean maybe share, I will tell you. But I heard say Tama Finance Minister Ebai and I obey pray the house to give him audience to address the house. And speakers are not to mean take his decision alone. So the house should take that decision. So in the process, I'm going to take a decision. I'm going to take a voice vote. And the speaker can say the noes have it. And a member from the majority can say no. Or no voice is now the no doesn't have it, among your head count. So for me, from that angle, if that is what happened, I don't see the speaker doing anything wrong there, because that is how they take decision by vote. So I'm not saying, okay, if we are going to take votes, if you are not a member of parliament who will be voting, go out. Send your see a sensationalize and say or that Masha song call or speaker I watch one or that much be a song called Minister for Finance. Or can say if you are not member of parliament, walk out. Marshals see to it that people leave. So Marshals no much anymore. And I can't and then they almost farm bag and I'm nobody went to Kent to ask him say Ken, your money dimpo, say finance minister leave. But statement and speaker Emeki and say if you are not a member of parliament to take part in the vote, leave. Because apparently two things. If they are doing head count there, you could be there. But I'm say afraid be say group, what kind of division? Say yeah division there. I say clear everybody on your member via from the floor.
Okay.
So for me,
from the lobby, not from the floor.
Okay. So for me, for that, I don't.
Was not
for that
on the at the lobby. The minister was.
No, he was on the floor.
Yes, but there is the lobbies that are cleared when division are to be done.
Well, so for me,
with a quick one, who's a division in say umbepi no man lebu gates back yes gate no gate into be amra to more about into what be 5 years gate me pibia na yakai na no gate for no so for handy. If the minister was at the lobby, he would have been cleared. In fact, everybody at the lobby would have been cleared because all the members were going there to choose which gates they
want to.
And that's where majority for also problems say the minister was not at the lobby. He was in the house that the constitution has permitted him as a minister to be.
Anyway.
And
so for me,
there's no problem. For me, so
for me, if
so, but the majority made an issue say now the finance minister and Kodia, then as well as I say, don't get
then the majority
that will become.
But be a camera supporting majority. They can say young clear or mom was running out there because I said Katia was just an observant.
Okay.
Or he was a passive observant like any other citizen who was sitting there. This also young clear or out there. So be it. But one can say because finance minister are continue. I say don't get a general secretary for party minty or not so on. He has that right to observe what is happening just like any other citizen. So for me, as far as that is concerned, I don't think he did anything wrong. He was just exercising the democratic right or more AUC for decision making in the house.
Okay. Mami call lawyer on this issue about chaos, theatres, and then the also Bigra Castle was true for one life and all that, and the Ikoso and then the conduct of the speaker and also minimum how Senator Honsuno.
First of all, me share me kasa asino medical cancer de Ghana. You see ebu ya parliament, any parliament no jumedia umudi say a very important part of our democratic process. In fact, if you look at this, at the heart of our democracy, and into parliament here, baby, I say dinini, and into say. Share a near my course so from Friday basically and they said they were can the theatrics and what team were coming media I can clearly say and try because you expect the house there is a sacred institution if you ask me when say baby parliament to twaba you in America they said they were doing the people's work and until Emranti Omukudi and Yambransem January American Congress no Yachichi Bebre Egumu Yajelu Musisia be court. And so when you go to parliament to do the people's work should be for instance the scrutinizing of the budget, approval of budgets or approval of bills. The people's work should never involve exchange of blows or hurling of insults. That is definitely not the people's work. My friend say, "Oh, asantime mu ha baby," and I say, "Oh, ye bono," and I say, "Hafumu ho baby," and I say, "Isrim baby, I will be a you say MP say ko represent in the padodo a omu was our constituency." In fact, and you mu to aba ma nkwa, omu ma to aba ma, and you mu ma nko to aba mpo, omu nyina no, ujina omu nemu, emu nkura a omu nya qualified, omu nyina no, ujina omu nemu, and it bia I will say a dear needy strong Emma Sabiano, and you don't expect chaos to be there. And media, if you say the can you come back January 7th, DC dear Nimguasia, a brew may na a beam essays, you know, in Tay, and I'll see a can of cray at Shire home. Yea, and never see the beer and quay muhana asia and hydrogen, but a core outside. These videos are there. Now we share say member of parliament, Aquachia Kunya. Na or say speaker, you will be so say when you speak and now Kunya or so or through. Now, if you watch that video, you will see that some of the security guys and I say young men or more, they were talking down to the MPs who did that. They were talking down to them.
Push them, took the chair from them.
And we chair no, and we did see who. Now what's the MP no when you hefa. So as I say, and yet idea it so it cannot be justified. And media say they will learn the lessons from here. So there are some words you don't want to use, and it's immediately they make to me a kind of say Sanimano emrase pa emrase minia enye hankwane we disagree on issues so enye hankwa all over the world, parliaments all over the world, they disagree. In fact, some of them are even more bitter, but they don't get to the point where you see these kind of things happening. So as I say, US Congress, they engage in serious vociferous debates because obviously two political parties with two different ideologies. And the better now about say we don't expect you to agree on all the issues, but at least you have to, give to each other the minimum decorum. No ebeboa amadwumadi ekoso no ayefe ne bia ka yen Ghana fo nyina enimonyam ba ebi kan ena ade enye nsoso ba ebi kan na said ye di hu nkomwe kofa bae no said ye nuanum a omo majority eka say omo free parliament no. I looked at the whole issue and I asked myself, was it necessary? Because said the nuanum akan I see drink it here no to the public gallery.
I was saying better carry.
What's in the bed? How do you insist? If you are clearing the lobby, he should also be cleared. You understand? And how do you, on the basis of that, ask your people to work out? Now, I've spoken to some of my friends. Say it wasn't. We say workouts we've had in Parliament. Most of them are planned. Say you can't say no. Say we work out. And we've seen workouts in so many ways. This was not a planned workout. It wasn't planned. They had gone there to debate and get a budget passed. Now, for whatever reason, I sometimes I want to house that again. I think I know my reason, but I'm not sure I want to share it.
Maybe the number didn't add up. So you needed to do something. I mean,
I don't want to say that.
The number didn't add up, so you needed to do something.
It's an open secret.
If it's an open secret, then I don't have to mention it. You understand? So for you to start by shouting and say MP, and the way it started, ultimately, I say, we now cross now we face it left. No more left, but right. So clearly, that's what happened, and I was not happy. But thankfully, the leadership of Parliament also acknowledged that what happened that day wasn't right. And I believe that is where it is. They have acknowledged that it wasn't right. The walkout was really not necessary. It wasn't called for. And we have to do better as a nation. And for me, I believe that we need to look at building more consensus than trying to, wield power, especially the nature of parliament we have right now. Then that brings me to the person sitting at the center, because you asked about the speaker. Because the two parties obviously will not agree on all issues. The speaker, yes, you are not supposed to be part of the debate. You are supposed to rule and, as it were, guide the debate to get to a very good conclusion. I mean, I want to believe that NPP need to Obama Speaker Babin and Wintina or Hono. In fact, where you see Parliament Nene it's on the 9th of 6th of January, you're getting into 7th, and near me see in tells you said NPP had an issue, and at a point we decided, say, you know what, your first speaker Emmanuel na baby Mkoto the other, with the hope say the speaker will be a very independent person who will also guide the house. And so far we've had some few issues with them, and that should be the case. Say we speak and we will be anybody a dear we in the performance anybody. They may not like you at all the time, but sometimes we need to be very firm and do the right thing. On that Friday, I don't want to judge me on other issues, but on that Friday, I heard some of the videos. In fact, I wasn't watching the whole thing live because now Purple College, any Bromo, any preset for I was following that more, and after that I had to go to class and teach. So I watched some of the videos later. I think the majority side had issues with the speaker, and maybe rightly so, because he had made a decision. The idea wasn't so much about his act prior to the decision making. It was his decision. Say, in spite of the numbers, he could still rule and reject the budget. That is what they were really against, not what happened earlier. And of course, the speaker no any pedia, of course, if you're a government in power, you want to have a speaker who is on your side. Clearly, Babin is an NDC man, and on the side of the other political party. Now that tells you, as a political party, they need to begin to do your things right. For me, that's where I want to take it.
Okay.
That if you think the speaker is not right, you know what to do. Ensure that you get your things done right. Political party, political party, political party nibi. Now, our political party now power, and just say you can bluff your people. In the political party, no. Nti ene why so we free party ya suspended no onka ho biem to the extent say ye beto be twam minimum bi o constituency bi a or koya house to house, yes you are suspending nti or koya house to house ama MPP no, yes ya pam no say man ko because obiti party office wo constituency we say ma suspended. Those things. Okay, those
only 137 no. Bebe that's abono chapa osima adunum our democracy jumadi and I will share and so and I would hear our Kessben television and on Kessben radio. Me call Dr. Smash upon on the same issue na yemi side way. People have said never again na sa I Kotobe Kuma 137 no. And the very people are a binum subaya and amsoma you could do satibia no, they have no change at all. A binum subay anyone ya nam so ama no party no ankasa wa lusu city bia na ni so lusu no onso san ba akokra wo gina gidigidi
sometimes even worse
wo gina gidigidi
yes na where do
aban for so akoma tete now Dr. Swansapon, let's look at the theatres, the drama and then the conduct of the speaker himself.
Yeah, very well. Speaker there, me offer Abambagben there. Say, Ejagunichim. He is in a very tight position as a speaker. Say, Oshe, the crowd that brought him to the seat. Dom Dodona, Toma, Nepa, Chantema, so my speaker no minority for no NDC for no. And Nyamia Dumunya MP for ni being so a supporter no obey speaker. Ti Dom Dodona, and they can look at him and tell him, say, Nya Anka Unye speaker. And ti akwese ope. Adie di na de kodin dan nkrofo na papa chona obi na sheda page osi ho sa nipa kro no doing anything, trying to be very fair in the presence of that person na some way kakranti me blame too much Onyayanka be fair. Onyayanka, with the experience he has in parliament, in fact he is one of the most experienced, if not the most experienced legislator and no otiomonim as speaker anka from so be anyhow but enkrofo bi na de ne ba yes achide ho ni ntaban ukọ kotu achide sidua so asabe obi ne peja ande ni kosi ho sa ni pa no ni oh njama Abambagbe is a little under the pressure. He is doing well, trying to control himself, manage the situation then but there only God knows how many people picks a phone to call him every morning before he goes to sit down there. From powers that be. No, Tiwano cry and so or the messages are not onya. Dinner temp. Oh yes. But there was a speaker Oma a judges not transfer Omo omo wig na a kata because the niso titi sama ebia grofo keka o amantin titi no cry is so munti radio mpo na ko influence o decision and news ni adnade but should the speaker so Tiwana or you know so much way about say oko a social media na bia messages and group whatever you did no influence affecting the decision. I said them who cry last Friday cry. Speaker had to use a word like shut up. So all these things came out of, and you can see a depressed man. Maybe I say he's torn between the right, fairness and justice as against the will of the people who carried him there. Na amanaye adi. I dare say senka Abambagbe was 30 minutes. That is him. He was trying to at least unite the house before something else is done. But I don't envy him at all. Or torn between he's behaving some of this identity. We wish him well, baby. Obiane Ahumeja or Jenny Arisani. I wish him very well. The best so Name don't know the Nibedua. He should try and manage it. This is his first year on the seat. Me, I should say year 2022, he would have gained enough experience. He would have toughened himself as to how to manage the situation. You are wishing well. So the one I feel say Abambagbe can actually lead the house. He's one of the most experienced guy, best fit for the position. Na mesre NDC for so munya sa pressure no de ma papa na no so dodo munyai na the behavior Africa de nkunya hwetwe ni ade eba early January ye kan bi wa ha ye nyina ke kan bi wa say enim guase first class ekoba ya ma parliament be patch so they apologize to the good people of Ghana omunye sa de ni bi o sa time no na MPP ni na akoye sa de na de draba NDC fu kasa big ene akwese asante amamre mu a anka watu ohinu sabi na kunya wako menshi akotwe menshi kunya den anka waye enti no a big issue no maye ne sa no na ebia parliament or the enyama ne amamre to they feel like anything goes. The speaker's chair should not be respected. Akwese mampene kunya si ho no akako peja please. Yes, nyansa san ena honam bre the physics and using physicals in parliament ye kwachere macho parliament ene kwachere macho parliament nde police na okwa ya check height a check physics a check parliament ya dwene nyansa enye dede revolution yenye wo parliament revolution is undemocratic and democracy yenye wo parliament yenye wo ho mesre. Let's tell them mummy and kancho say yenye wo ho unnecessary chanting. Then the parliament elevated argument anoni ano enye nsa ne nsa enye sese modikan ba ku January yaka sisi ye wo December mu ye no fancy November get December crowd
December
yeah eno mu ye e besre beginning of the year maye biyaka ending of the year maye biyaka mama nsi ho now you are representing us mugu animu ase.
Okay,
you see you can learn from the way people behave in some cultures somewhere in Mexico obema ni oba asa ninsegu ne chise no de nesa omuka cha no Ghana otimisa from ya de we okọ ho no mu a mema ne ma sansa go machi the same way okọ other parliaments amutimi kra bobo mu ho beja but the other parliaments to that they are very civil you see the brofo okasa ya watenase we so object we that say watenase omuntu omunsa da which one do you want to learn ntokwa for no Nigeria there yes BB state there be and only a person is please
okay.
Sometimes punishment eboama nipa behavior because the see January no and I identify key people be say you are the cause of this ebia the marco from saying privileges committee and na yamamo sanction kakra next time obi koye bia ono so ebedwen mo say obi ye bi no say na baye na if it happens as a hwensi there it's like oh obi ti makoye nothing happens me feel say it's about time they took those things serious na omo hwe kwan ya befa so a punishing crowd for man serve as deterring say nipa na nkasa nya na adwen say obe etu ne hofo na wasua ne ma from na say opeso ile patapa na ye there. Let's serve as deterrent. Yes, serve one or two punishment beer. Others will learn from it.
Okay. MPs na anyway, I'm interested because I was wondering said penyuphobia so was Sunday messages common crewphobia what outside Ghana would do bia temo Ghana. Say one hro to say wo hanan crewfo the message and the kwama on it. Se huru ye president huru na fa na nimtwitwi fam huru ye chief justice na wo lawyers hwan fo eswa messages de koma obi huru ye chief justice fa na nimtwitwi fam ze Ghana fo ya wo te parliament when you privilege say you do come ra shebadwam wo te ho na de ekoso wa ni nyi humpa na wasesa information de akoma obi o te abrochire a ohuru obi o Ghana say huru ye speaker for the nimtwitwi fam na ye wia what do sometimes I ask myself say ye institutions ni nyina ye pese obi ntena bonten because de Ghana brand na ohuru empanyifo e wo Ghana ha nyina no ye wia na ye nyade then we get what anyway.
Lawyer, thank you.
And then I also thank you. Democracy Jumadi and I will shabon on Krapa Hosima in no messages about yankin messages no be na hesenia and you bring my bench etie. Good evening to you, lawyer, and your panelists. This e-levy issue of 2022 budget has brought about double track parliament where one side sits to pass but the other sits to reject. Hey, Ghana was serious. Good evening to you, lawyer. If a member of parliament can pull a gun without any punishment during campaign, then members of parliament will continue to fight themselves without any question. Kwache from Mankasim sends us there's a message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Blocking and burning ties on the road has now become legal through demonstration. And if not, why the Medina MP is still working as free man? Ken from Adujama sends us this message, and it says, okay. Now, this one says, we urge the government to judiciously utilize the e-levy when it comes to effect. Mr. Alfred Donko, Atuntuma Achimamponwa sends us this message. This message says, good evening to you, lawyer. The Parliament of Ghana must seek the interests of Ghanaians first and work accordingly, not the interests of political parties. Tachi Isaac Kentampo sends us this message. It says, good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Nana Sebe from Asante Bekwai. I want to tell all Ghanaians that they should reject the NDC on 2024 because they don't think about Ghanaians. For their decision not to accept the budget because of selfish interest. They know if they allow the NPP to use the budget, Ghanaians will not vote them anymore. Thank you. Well, your name not attached here. Aipe from Asisiwa says, Honorable Joe Wise conveniently said he is not the speaker. If that is so, what audacity does he have to overthrow his boss's decision? And astonishingly, some lawyers are making commentaries which seek to justify the undemocratic decision took by Joe Wise. I will humbly appeal to the NDC MPs to disregard him as a speaker and seek for his total removal. Period. Aipe from Asisiwa. Okay, Aipe. I don't see how they can remove him from Parliament. But you are expressing your opinion in IP. So if a lawyer is also expressing his opinion, that's the beauty of our democracy. Lawyer, by the behavior of the MP who took away the speaker's chair, I think it is a disgrace to himself and should come out to apologize to the nation and his constituency. Okrampa Kutre number 2. Brekum sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. I think we should have a vice MP for every constituency in order to eradicate what happened in Parliament. Example, vice MP for such a Kumau constituency to stand in for my MP who might not be available, but the behavior of MPs was unacceptable. Simple. Kukrantumi sends us this message. Enrique from Kukrantumi. Now, Enrique, 275 no crown, is sick as 7 or cars. Yes, deputies. Now, that would be interesting. Chief Sam Asanso from Tuta Chinebo Akodia SHS Kumawusi says, according to Shakespeare, unnatural problems require unnatural solutions. Last Tuesday's proceedings had to cure unconstitutionality that Speaker Babin created the previous week Friday. Greetings to lawyer Ohene Gyan, bright entry to all vandals who attended High Court Justice Vanda Kosovo's funeral right at Asante Fijasi today. Wow! And then another Kosovo. Oh my God! Okay, so my fellow vandals were there, and I think you did what we do always when in attend funerals of a fellow vandals. Charge. Good evening to you, lawyer. Both MPP and NDC have nothing better for the country. It is time we make a change. I am Kobia from Asisiwa. Greetings to all GUM members. Keep up the hope. Hope with the super power. GUM. Okay. From one day, I love your name. NDC has decided to make Nanado's governance to become unpopular, as the guys said before. That's why we're seeing what we are seeing now. NDC will stay in opposition till that kingdom come. Anthony Opom from Argentina sends us this message. Argentina, okay, corned beef, the nice one from Argentina. No, there's a special corned beef from Argentina that I used to. So anytime you mention Argentina, that comes to mind. Corned beef, nice one. Oh, I mean, the good way, so it's cool. What was it?
When you mention Ghana, outside of Ghana is cocoa.
Cocoa and chocolate.
Cocoa and chocolate. Yes, that's good. Argentina. For Ben from Ginia, as a lawyer, has my mind that Ghana don't have parliament because they can only be one if they are seeking for salary increment, ex gratia, and other allowances. They are very disgraceful to the nation. This one says, lawyer, the behavior of the MP for a shaman in parliament is particularly offensive. The question I ask is, has Parliament no sanctions for members who behave so badly? But it can hold members before the Privileges Committee. No justice. Honorable Dr. Raymond Osafo Jan Kwau Tafo. Well, my namesake, thank you for your message. Good evening to you, lawyer. Okay, he says it serves them right. I mean, the so-called majority, they weaken themselves during the election time, and minority has the guts to throw off a full budget. Okay, it serves MPP right. Good evening to you, lawyer. Do the government think about we the youth in this country? Sadat from when she will want new finals. Lawyer, do you know something? Unless you tell me, these politicians are taking us for granted. Look at how they behave. As MPP walked out and NDC parliamentarians criticized them. NDC also did the same thing. So which one is which? Lincoln from Tamale, we want to find out. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. We should not be too diplomatic to the speaker. He knew what he did. He knew the law that he cannot do the voting, but he did it. We cannot say that he was standing between two opinions, so he wouldn't know where to choose. Paul in the Bible came to that point, but he did the right thing. He intentionally did so. Thank you, lawyer. I must say, Thomas from Kumasi. What did Paul do?
The speaker is not even a Catholic.
Teacher Kujo Tepa Anyina Ususu says he's sending this one from Hafuano North, and he is the MPP youth organizer. Oh, hopeful. Okay. Now the NDC can go to the Supreme Court and seek for interpretation. It is clear the Deputy Speaker represents a constituency as an MP and therefore deserves to be counted to reflect the views of his constituents. Greetings to Chairman Odeneho Kwaku Apia, Honorable Eric Nana Ajiman Prempe, and lawyer Justine Frimpong Kodria. Okay, now this one is coming from Kwajo Sumaila inside Kintampo North. He says, good evening to you, lawyer. Greet your panel members for me. Well, greetings well acknowledged and duly accepted. Lawyer, please tell the Elephant Family MPP they should learn forgiveness. Hey, this one is deep. They should learn forgiveness. Okay. They should learn forgiveness. Okay. Good evening to you, lawyer, and your able panel members. Would they truly use the e-levy for what they are talking about? What did they use the Sino-Hydro loan for? Amangwase Atuntuma Road was named as one of the roads to be constructed under the contract, but nothing better has been done. Can they convince Ghanaians that they will? or they shall use this levy wisely. I feel that Atutuma sends us this message with a caveat. Why are you not talking about what brought about the mess? Please. Do you like the e-tax? The deputy speaker must go. Where he must go, where he represents his constituency, my brother. Lord, I think some members of parliament, particularly the minority, don't understand the meaning of opposition. Sir Frank from Goso sends us this message. Okay, so more messages must send their banning. We'll try very hard to read them. Good evening to you. Incredible submission from the erudite lawyer John Dako. The people also, I need him in our next parliament. Thank you. Okay, no name attached to this one. The Parliament House should be put to order so that we can learn from them. I will please plead you to talk about recruiting community police assistants. I am Gabriel from Tikrum. Okay. Ken Boats, for Kenya Assistance is also youth organizer hopeful. The NDC is interested in winning power in 2024. That is why they are behaving like this. Ghanaians are watching. Lawyer, your panel is talking about consensus. The NDC will not. Okay, NDC were not prepared for consensus because if they approve the budget, it will be difficult for them to win the 2024 budget. Message from Tax at Chabidi. Okay, I'm sure you were tapping Tuga. Chabidi. Chabidi. Okay. Good evening to you, lawyer. I want to tell Ghanaians that okay. Hello, good evening to you, lawyer. Your message about Dr. Bami, I didn't read it because I find it offensive and I didn't see where this thing. If Oka Sema criticism, I would have but I won't sit here and read the message insulting our vice president when you have not raised any issue with respect to that. I will not read my lips. Read that. Hello, good evening to you, lawyer, and your panel. This is the time some of our MPs should lead better behavior when it comes to national agenda. If they have nothing better for the people of Ghana, they should leave the Parliament House and hand the house to our chiefs and they're there to send us to the promised land. Nana Benyi ascend a confudi. A confudi. Okay, thank you very much for the message. Lawyer, good evening to you. Please, where is Ohene Yawadubuache? Ohene is enjoying rest. Lawyer, this is what Paul did in Philippians 1:23. Philippians 1:23. And then we am testing. First now kami kodi sofo no. First now kami kodi sofo ya kabasi say Bible no say me shema. Good evening to you, lawyer. The minority MPs are doing what they are doing because they fear insults from Sami Jamfi. Before they can take decisions, they must go to consult. Okay, Alex Adabo from Sinyani sends us this message. Now, this one says NPP is chop Ghana Manu. God is our helper. Okay, you have not added your name to this message. This one says, hi, lawyer, my name is Seth Kwesen. NDC can never help Ghana. Lawyer, NDC, okay. Now, this one also says, why did MPs run away from their own budget approval? Jiabo from Bechem we want to know. Very interesting question that you're asking this evening. Okay, so all these are WhatsApp messages. Let me look at few messages. Hey, so 9:21. 9:21. Oh, okay. So messages now because I didn't know. See where, because me pass them many trouble if I don't read some of them. Let me see where they are. Messages, where are you? Messages. Where are the messages? Finding the icon messages. Where are they? Okay, they're here, right here. Okay, so bravo. I know brave lion. We are more say, but if you are a lion, you don't need to add brave to your name. It's like secondary schools are mighty great anyway. If you are a lion, do you have to add brave to your name? Okay, we are sending this one from Yama. It says farmers need motivation and better lives, and not the long talk of the minister where he's planting for food and jobs. Okay, now this one says in parliament I am Ernest from Oyoko. You call this yeah. Okay, can you wait here or say grown here? What happened? That or tonight what will be the Kubo between Baroski from Asiswa says minority should forget about the budget debate and move on as a nation because this 2022 budget has come to stay. My regards to Honorable Joe Gate MP Sikado Kitan constituency former railways minister. This one says you are loud and clear at Adam Su Bono from Wafa Tewia Kachiri. Wafa Tewia Kachiri, good evening to you. The uncivilized behavior of the minority NDC MPs is a disgrace to Ghana. It says lawyer President Akufo-Addo should stop uncompleted projects by Mahama and concentrate on his own because minority in parliaments are not for development but for their own benefits. This one is coming from Kem Ahafukukum. This one says lawyer, good evening to you. I am Sir Amas from Jache Busumche. Ghanaians should not entertain NDC in power again because they are disgrace to Ghana's democracy. Regards to Honorable Dr. Osei Yao Aduchum, Minister of Education. This one says young citizen one for Bibia and Kahon. This one says good evening to you, lawyer. I am really enjoying the discussion, but I want to know the difference between I am not a speaker and I am not the speaker. Please, I am still unclear. Algebra Uti region. Masa, you are algebra pada. Algebra pada. Algebra. Okay, quadratic equation. Algebra. Okay. Carbon 4 tetraoxosulfate. I am not. Okay, I'll say if not persuasion, force must apply. If Jowai say he's not the speaker, why then is he occupying the seat? This one is coming from Chris Traboom. Okay, he also want to find out. Now, this is once again evening to you and your panelists. The country is out of hands. Both parties cannot run the country again. They are fighting for their what? Okay, sent from the Ayuba blah blah blah. Okay, I've tried to. NDC party is behind all this from Adu Flip. Gonasuya German South. Gonasuya German South sending us this message. This one says 4 minutes and I'll go to my panelist. Good evening to you, lawyer. You show a special to me from Adu Buahene. Adu Buahene, thank you for your message. Now, this one says, good work. Ghana politics is 1840 football match from power. Seshi Yamacha. Good work. Ghana politics is 1840 football match. 1840 football match. That would be interesting to watch. You are very biased. Hey, sir. Chief Atebubu. Chief Atebubu. Okay. Sana Wakao Chief. We are open to criticism. So if maybe I'm trying, but if that's how you see it, thank you for your message. Good evening to you. Nanado and his people are not serious. MPP people want to spoil the levy company. 1 district, 1 factory, 0 by Notify. Okay, your name is very interesting. Notify. Please, if she throughout do it, she, if English do it, English from Jones. See what? Sure. Jones, try crowd. Anyway, we appreciate that. Yeah, bomb morning, but search tree from big A to Z. Also Sunday messages. Was I test? But yeah, bomb morning. Lawyer, our MPs have Lawyer, our MPs have brains. Don't mind them. Nana Jamfi Abrema Gona KEEA districts. Good evening to you. E-brains there one here. E-levy. Electronic brains. Okay. I don't know what that means. Maybe I thought maybe E-levy now I occupy my mind so no they casa. So let's see how. Good evening to you, lawyer. Those outside the country also know what's going on in the country, so allow them to discuss them. When they were in opposition, they did the same thing. The media is for fourth arm of government, but they are all quiet about the budgets. It's too sad. Media no outside the I'm talking about the outside media. I was talking about the insults. The insults no na make one say it doesn't matter which country, which media, whatever, but attempt the no anyway me first had me. So I find it very weird when I see say insult. I don't know where it's taking that. Good evening to you, lawyer. Ghana's disgrace has always sprung from the NDC. Put them to order from Achi Goro. Now this one says, how many to go? This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I strongly believe that the behavior of RMPs, most especially minority, is absolutely unacceptable. This one is coming from Zacchaeus from Kokorobite. W. Kokobriko. Muslim train the streets. Kokobriko. Hey. Nice name. Kokobriko. Okay. Now Kopegel now what's here? Romantic name be Evan Count you call Iana Odeno account. I'm just for joke. I agree with lawyer Dako. By then, what happened in Parliament is a sign of deepening our democracy. Then the person who sent a case to court can do amendment of writ to add what happened on another day to it from Ani Boy aka Kaunda Nsuta Kwama Biposo constituency. Oh, okay. So kase case na akupi ewo Supreme Court no. Omo pombe amend na omo day NEC Tuesday na count. But you should know say the rate no baby assembly that Supreme Court the party interest no say dey one day. NEC Tuesday no be ka ho anya dia. Ebe run prior to. But let's see how bisu to me. Nothing prevents obisu so the be court for Supreme. Me my case law lots na ho no. Let's use that. I mean, the cases no ko home pronounce on na build your judicial system, na build your legal system, na democracy ni depend your democracy na. Na bo non crap on sima eduasa back to studio na ye Farmers Day aba eko then na yesua efrim say susudua ben na ye de to ho a ebema ye mbrantie ye kan ho de ane yi ma na frim ebema ye mbrantie ne ye maba wa na frim aye enya interest ewo agriculture men sha say every holo ya dako
that's it ekwaye de o men bia no eno na ikura sa o man no ade ba ko a o men bia so utumi eye and say you become self sufficient in food production say utumi eye o man wa you eat what you grow, that means that you make progress. Na mu no de ehuni say enema bibiribia no krum ha yedi because we are talking about agriculture, so let me concentrate on that. Enema yedi ni bibiribe enema ye import na enu di nya ade a hayen na me de one of the causes of mature manage who pa environmental law. Now here if you say yanhwe yensa siya o me wan hwe ya dashi bi no this is import eduane if abontin. In fact import that, but what it means is that we become solely dependent on other nations to provide food. And in near a bit me aye ama emrantie ne mabawa atimi akọ kwaimu eye se yebitimi ama adwuma na attractive ebe ya kono se nipa no ekọ afum na se okudua na nuaba na instead of let's say 10 bags of yield we at the end of the day 2 bags oboka esemeni enye metimi say na many biba no land degradation and it's say no land degradation eme diba no ebi ni illegal mining and eme di land degradation ebiba the destruction of our forests ye twa enua ni ebugu ubu nua nyina egu a wasase no so beye pese na udua nua ba ntumi kura enya good yield. And so to attract people to go to farming, we need to do a lot. Or see a your forest no, you grow your forest ni enua you twitwa gu basa ese ni nyina ye pe ho asem ka na afei niema ye de say yemfu. And I always come back to Galamsey because baby or what you create, it is the only maybe even the African continent is the only continent which depends on rainfall, okay, to water our produce. And into idea and kababwa and say your villages na ka farms no hono and can sue adida hono will be able to pipe them to water the produce that we plant. But what is the situation with our water bodies? In Sua is in enam in Sutinimu no I say and it will be and van abaso because in Sunimuno cyanide is a chemical for mining any mercury as in Suno Udi could go down so na so ede ya aba enti me say we have a lot to do, especially about illegal mining, they say in su, they say in sassy, they say no buy. And no, idea me the mestre a buying, say a buying any. There are so many things I'm using in a bit miaka. It be any say, Nipano a year funa, intimi entono, acquire or no, Nini abano and say, and intimidity say, a buying the abaya ye, Juma dini be air one day show one faction is supposed to take that challenge. Say, baby, to say, central region woman moye fruity would you know about him say you have a ready market to buy those produce. Enti niema me say abaya shasie koso ya ebeboa ama yema etumpon niema ne doso na me dey make nyina say yemu bia wherever we find ourselves say ye kuaye say ya de kire say ye even kaka whatever your hands find to do with all your might to the glory of God. Adia on sebe sumbia sa woye no. Jeni fashe onyam ye ni munyam, fashe wabusu ye ni munyam, ne fashe wo man susu eni munyam. Say yo chire ni eye kan na wutwie anase kuaye ena woye. Na de meka na me de ma no asie eno no.
You are hereby acquitted and discharged.
I'm very grateful, my Lord.
Okay, so his lecturer is a law lecturer, Gimpa School of Law. He is a private legal practitioner, born, bred, and member of the MPP fraternity and Swami constituency in the Ashanti region. Alright. We shall meet.
Definitely.
We'll meet in court on Monday.
Sure. Have a good idea.
Okay.
Be creative.
Enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay, so Minko Minua new love on this how do we motivate people to go into agriculture, especially the youth?
Well,
yeah, about Farmers Day, farming in Ghana.
Yeah, maybe if you say still a great backbone of Ghana. Still, I believe so. Because Oshe, in terms of employment, a great still employ more people.
More than one can answer me.
Oh yes.
No cresa.
No cresa.
Employment mude when I am okay.
Employment send you in Jumaye. Ekuyaye no.
Sa.
Nipa bebre ekuya chen adwuma bia.
Okay.
O kom krase nipa do se na ya ban adwuma. Mo na engage in ekuyaye.
Na ekuyaye no mo ye no. Obi wo ho a den o de ye no. Kuyaye na o ye no. The no ba na no kodo wa fum no. Entimi fidi ono na ne family.
Exactly.
Why do we call that employment?
That is what he's doing. That is what he's doing. That is employment. I know how na me be.
Because ya kasa die we still yet them. Meanwhile no other countries na percentage of farmers no mutimi feed you country dey na can brain wo ha na still we so says agriculture is the backbone. Agriculture yes. Major employer.
Ghana agriculture is a major employer. Unfortunately, in terms of contribution to GDP, Sisi Abe the third. Service Abe take over, manufacturing and agri. So, what is the problem? I didn't know Amana Banisa. A lot of people engage in agri, but suddenly now can more small scale farming and a peasant farming. And now I share documentary be two different people. Back on actually, I think so. In our Bono region and back on Ashanti. Bono region, young guy, we also do a more. Na or expanded the kakra, this is our double 30 acres. I also harvested money na otimiya 80 bags. But yeah, uncle ye no nyabe just 8 bags from the 30 acres. Yes. Na machine or they emele emono they yiwe from as a locally made and also kofa say gods we chi ho baby as on the other enti o sure say we harvest mo be brego ho but because say onya machine no emfanye ho adwuma enti no egu ha sanka onya machine anka within the last 2 weeks anka wetimi aye ni na ewie. And I ask myself say enti planting for food and jobs are can promoter. What are they doing if these guys obi to say papa na na me share the documentary ewo ho willing to farm 30 acres machine or they be harvesting but mo ye manually or ni combine harvesters na ka say be or they harvest so obi a oye bibia manually or farming 30 acres can you imagine say mechanizing manner how much and obey me producing na bia wanya combine harvesters or they be harvesting na wanya proper milling machine or the MLA crowd of farm honor. So these are the areas if you say they should be motivated more. Ye bisa no na say I say more year side juma area hande abaya neglect omo into one fighting for omo. Those are the people if you say your boy more they can farm on a large scale. O come crossing na as I say crowd who then for be to farm on a large scale. Into sometimes no send your obi to me call for mba ma better do know about science and economy. Yes, some of us are TTA crossing the names are no money na. Into no they need actual help and yet lip service na ye pay no. You are planting for food and jobs. Look at district municipal where they are pick up branding planting for food and jobs. So I have to myself say cooperative near starting cooperative society wasem. And the rice growers and our farmers say what's our area hono municipal or the district assembly no intimate group for me together. They unya pabe say apply to government for support or whatever buy maybe one combine harvester and no bet me the panel can pay through whatever can we and strategize so you say motivate youth now you go into this agriculture. These are some of the things I say put in place. Look at one district, one warehouse. If we are serious about empowering the youth, say amonko odo amoa aban ebe ye warehouses are ebe toni nyina go wodo bra dodo bi abedo bia no market ewo ho and no cry motivating enough because okodo bro na say yeah ebro ni ba bebre no price be ba from say waboka but say o guarantee price ye warehouses ewo all the district and one say they be here and say what done as much as you want we are there's ready market for it abaya to go as and when the need arises district no I release it to the market no at a guaranteed price until no crab maintaining market prices no to a certain level a bebo my youth be outcome because obi any ahoden or this kind and I saw akodo but if obit my mechanization ebia there plow is a bear plow a phone amano nebia wadua ebia was kakakra or the be invest na ebia wa fa workers kakra mienu miensa bi no amwatimi abo anyanka ankenye obi an be so pese me cotton office. There are people I also watched a video documentary on a young girl really gone she's into rice farming now and also juma all produce a lot of local rice and you know they need support. And if you say when it comes to ABR national days to say farmers they say apart from say national farmer no yen categorize it yen pay various categories ABR female youth best farmer male youth farmer best farmer from district level up to ABR national level. Okay. Ni no e be encourage. Okay. Then and yes say no okay but we have to add in your man or mode be go into the farming na ebebo man crofo interest ni wo ye na attractive is kind of farming mu pa like you're saying if you go to US about 6% are engaged in agri but they're able to feed and export more. Ghana we are more than 50% in agri yet still I come there we are importing more rice, we are importing a lot of food. We need to put in more effort. Now you just say ye pay lip service ye slogans not there farmers na produce but we need the implement we need the we call it economic friend the corporate factors nioma what they can ho a bit me ama adwuma akɔso no ɛna ɛsɛ money available man crofo
may that say okay Dr. Smasapon, you have the final say on this one, and then I'll go and read messages and then we'll come for the final shot.
Very well.
It's not great.
Very well. You better you nominate yen papa no make for no ase. Da yabo almost the whole Ghana ubia ojina ye ehwema kuafo da no successful do mase. Me ho wasa Memphis East municipal openia ya judge ne say municipal best farmer a friend Francis Kojo Usu a wo Sushensu bona baso waya de dwumadi na kasa koso da mo akrom ewo na nanko electoral area nti Memphis for ebon abaso MC Minia Frederick Kranche ene niti trupa the celebrated municipal best farmer Francis Kojo Usu ebon abaso e de gina ho so de ma the whole Ghana ekuafo a yena omu yi omu districts municipal no se omu no mabon humode any national best farmer afie 2021 we ni ye no ebon mu nyina abaso national best farmer de futu obi emaye ho na mede efiase national best farmer say the youth should not be focusing on quick money. Farming is a process of patience which ends in joy. Enti no emebunu no sabe we best farmer futua odiamamu. You say quick money na ya adoso. Farming is a business of patience. So to obu asinya abotre ede ye. In fact, Islam one of the means by which the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was teaching, demonstrating patience, was rearing of animals. By that he was much patience. I agree with the national best farmer. So because farming is a business of patience, and youth instead of going after quick money, they should try and be patient with farming. Instead of focusing on quick money, our national best farmer is saying we should drift towards agric. Na mumuni groma yenya botre ebeye kasina nankana fonso municipal best farmer. On also say the prices are usually things we have already. Cutlasses and co, we have them. Government should really look at the prices. I agree with the Kasana Nankana municipal best farmer. Mekai news item I'm not doing politics, but this news item was interesting. I check Accra 2014 5th December 2014.
And some JD
Farmers in the eastern region who were selected for recognition as part of National Best Farmers Day have received the farmers received 2 bars of key soap, 3 rolls of toilet paper. And no just say enya bag say no kra no yet bag na no ani yimiensa enya say toilet roll bag no yet anu yimiensa toilet roll papers, 3 bottles of Joy Daddy bitters into bracket an alcoholic drink, and 3 cutlass. Mestre Kasana Nankana municipal chief executive best farmer municipal best farmer say prices no. I was glad you were talking about to be ready as a rice farmer or onya. You see, a lot of process goes into selecting who is the best farmer. I think say as part of that process, no, ye befie near be judging as a best farmer near the reward no should be near is in ho kwan and I say ye challenge a man no was solving a problem man. You don't go and give the person cutlass, no need cutlass and call your best farmer. Now 2 bars of key soap, list 2 bars of key soap, 3 rolls of toilet paper. Anyway, I think it's still relevant. Still, now the prices has not been anything better. A woman says it's an improvement, but still the farmers are saying, and I'm quoting what kasana na nkana pani ne kan ne say eya mumisa ne ayeni na momfa man as price ye wo Wellington boot ye wo sekan ne ayeni ne na menua ni love ka no ya ye mo ye nya machine fampo ho who babe exam me na me qualify for best farmer ni amini na e ma madwuma to sin na e ma me ho enti minya yi no then the best person ka mami ya okay yeah they bet no best rice farmer ya ma mailing man yeah forever was solving the problem mama no I think we can think about this
and grow for so why by way see SMS Ghana yeah you see companies they are ready to donate
yes
because they will have some fresh and they want to watch but
you know really seek for sponsorship.
So when you are ADB nominate we I mean why not
because if they sick because
no first no you not the
organizers go to the companies to seek for sponsorship
solicit for sponsorship
okay and I mean last point I made Manu so they say a few be celebrated these farmers which means Ghana that's one crop for I think the next level is to go into large scale farming. Now these people can serve as consortium. With Timian National Best Farmer there, it means any likes. This celebration has existed since 1984, 37 good years ago. Enti anya hekwana fie bia ba kwa municipal bia na district bia should have had about 37 reliable farmers. 9 resources are 37 ye. National best farmers Makumako 37, district bia 37 by 240 or so 30 districts municipalities national for a year. Senior anke was strong agric team of experts umuamunsa ye kasa expert enye book mu agricultural person or mu ankasa nense siade ni mu bia oye yeah, Pencroff the planting for food and jobs, fertilizer, come on. We shouldn't run looking for people. Camel should not be carrying our fertilizers across borders.
Somehow.
No, what I say? Yeah. We have been doing this for 37 good years in your lawyer. Here for now, selected where are they? Let's put them together, give them the fertilizers. No more expanding. No, we should we fight over our problems. The solutions are there.
Okay, let me see if we can read some few of your messages. Plenty messages, but Mami had it with the little that I can do. This one's a good evening to you, lawyer. We the floating voters are disappointed in our MPs for their misconduct in Parliament in January 2021 and December 2021. MPs should learn good things from developed countries. Kindly remind the government to pay teachers motivation and intervention. Teachers deserve better. Light soap. Hey, we didn't add light soap. Light soup. Hey, light soup. Light soup. Pando light soup. Yes.
We don't listen about Emmanuel Osewusu ewo Bantama MTN Kokoso news site or Ethiopia debia osimencha mana na mrefe na de Brahima sinaloya on crown delivered. That's it.
Brahima for Siana
area
uko area bia na Brahima wa
masa afina ope bia forget na onya bi
Brahima I'm sure say on capture area
on kwani yima on tisa.
Lawyer MPs should be given threshold of population before they can stand, because those with low population always misbehave. Research. Baba Mankrasu says Sharma did well. Joe Wise said he is not a speaker, so what does he need speaker's chair for? So now this one says, please, if the standing order creates room for MPs who preside to be counted as MPs, why is it that they do not have votes when it comes to voting? Okonko from Wenchi, I love your name, Okonko. Hey, na why na FUCK? When you could only wouldn't come and come a kind, made on him send come a kind. Faudinka Hona send the brow read it. Lawyer, Ghanaians have really turned bad pa. You see what just happened at the parliament. This means we are lagging behind. You continue your work. This is Musa Ibrahim from Bodi. This one says, lawyer, MPs have they have electronic brain. Okay, well, now sending e-brain. Now I better clarify electronic brains. Ghanaians are watching NDC. Hopefully, Ghanaians are watching NDC. Hopefully, teach them sense in 2024. Jima Sokori Ashanti Sensors. This message, this one says, good evening to you. Lawyer, it's good that the budget has finally been approved and this shows that the future is bright. Greetings to Evans Farijan, the incoming Bono regional organizer hopeful. Odum Sinyane sends us this message. This one says, okay. Good evening to you, lawyer. Are we going to die about the levy? Alaji Fresh Kontanase, we want to know. This one says, please, the youth of this country must wake up and demonstrate against NDC MPs to approve the budget so that the new job opportunity for the youth will not be in vain through the evil minds of the NDC MPs. Written by K. Martin from Nkoko, Nkau. Baroski, I've read your message somewhere, I'm sure. Good evening to you, lawyer. The MPP is learning a better lesson out of the 2020 elections, and we should all say never again by changing the leadership regards to chairman Odeneho Kwaku Apia Koka, the incoming Ashanti regional chairman. This one is coming from Rich B. Afrancho. How many minutes? 3 minutes to go. This was his lawyer. Where is Ohene from Ajimai? Okay, Ohene is resting. God bless you, Teria from Mosu, for your good job. Okay. Ohene, where are you? People asking where you are. Show your face. Good evening to you, lawyer. I just want all Ghanaians to understand that the people we call members of parliament do not represent their constituents, but rather their families and themselves. So the good people of Ghana should forget them. Matt Singh from Asante Jabeng sends us this message. Okay, so I'm about 2 minutes to run away from here. MPs are hypocrites, especially Joe Weiss from Mohammed at Timatim. Jenase. Okay, this one says the word illiterate is not only about knowing how to read and write. Ghanaians are illiterate because they don't look forward for development, but rather competition. Why are Ghanaians so entertaining this NDC and MPP people? You Ghanaians are looking forward for development, but rather you are the cause of undevelopment. Barack Obama was even overthrown, but you Ghanaians don't have any vision for the upcoming generation. Keep on with your NDC and MPP. You will see that the country will tend to look for change. Ghanaians. Antia from Medoma sends us this message. JM will surely win 2024 election. Patrick from Takwa, NDC all the way, sends us this message. Now, this one says the minority are raising legitimate concern. Ghanaians are already in hardship. The e-levy will rather collapse businesses. Mr. Frimpong from Tadi sends us this message. This one says NDC are now ignoring 31 million Ghanaians and act in their party logo. Hey, where do we there? I don't know. I can't pronounce it. I wish most of us will understand that the new world order is all about whether people and DC they will continue to enjoy, and we, the ordinary Ghanaians, will suffer. A picture, Ebenezer from Navarongo, sending us this message, and the last one I can read this evening. 2022 budget has come to stay. Felix from Agogo. Thank you so much for your time with us this evening on Democracy on Kessben. What shall I say? John Owusudako Esquire, thank you very much. What shall I say? New Love Asamoah Gordon, Executive Director, Center for Economic and Business Research. What shall I say? Dr. Smart Sapong, Director, Institute of Business Innovation Development, Kumasi Technical University. Okay. Onaino. So, what shall I say? Sing unto the Lord